Hey y'all, Austin here with Outer World Media. Welcome back to another video, guys. This video's been about 2 or 3 weeks in the works. If you saw, like I said, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I made an announcement on the community tab with an image and it said more information to follow. And as you guys can tell, there has not been any information. I've kind of been slacking on that. So this is my official announcement that I am joining a rather big fellowship slash buddy read, whatever you want to call it. Not only am I doing the wagon train, but I am also joining a friend of mine, someone who's no stranger to the channel, that is Mr. Dustin Neely. I had made a video just talking about some of the books that I wanted to read in 2025, the end of last year. And Dustin had commented on that video saying, "Hey, if you want to read this series, I'll read it with you." So I said, "Okay, let's give it a try." So I had ordered my books and I've been waiting on them to come in. So I ended up just buying the first four on my Kindle just so I have them. And I am talking, guys, about Mr. Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time. As you can see, I got it here on my new Kindle. Again, this is a series. I think everybody should go watch Dustin's video. He does a really good job. Just talking about getting into this, series and whatnot. And he has, more of a, I don't want to say more of a closer meaning to starting the series, I guess is the best way to put it. Go watch his video, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So this is a series that I've heard about 5 or 6, 7 years ago, and it seemed very, very daunting. And Dustin even talks about it and touches on the subject in his video. This is like a 15 or 16 book series, if I'm not mistaken. So it's quite a long series. It's about as long as the Wagon Train series, except for the fact that I think one of these books is like 3 or 4 of the Wagon Train books rolled into one. So, this is going to be a long project to say the least. I think Dustin said it was like 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, that we're going to be reading this, so kind of in this for the long haul, to say the least. Again, I'm waiting on my physical copies to come in the mail and whatnot. So again, this series, what is about, from what I understand, it's kind of the first book or two pays an homage to the Lord of the Rings, from what I understand, but I don't know a whole lot more past that. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I've never lied on this channel. I think you guys can see right through that if I did. I have tried to read the first book like 2 or 3 times, and I have not gotten that far into it. Surprise, surprise. I have a few of those books out there. I think the furthest I ever got in this book was like chapter 8 or something like that. So not that far into it, and I still couldn't tell you really what it was about. And trying to look online and find, synopsis of this series without really spoiling anything I've heard is kind of sparse. There's not really, an opportunity to do that because something might get spoiled, and I don't want that to be the case. I've heard that this is one of, if not the best fantasy series out there and whatnot. And as someone who is trying to read Malazan, also, I'm putting Malazan on the back burner, as you can tell. I'll be the first to admit I'm not really that big of a fantasy genre kind of guy. I definitely want to delve into it, and there's fantasy books out there that I've enjoyed. I'm just not a seasoned veteran. Like, there are quite a few people or YouTube channels out there, so this is still kind of stepping a little bit more out of my comfort zone. I tend to stick with, the westerns and the action books, if you will, horror stuff. So this is definitely kind of stepping out of my comfort zone, which I think we can kind of relate to at old Hyden Reed's video talking about stepping outside of your comfort zone, which I think that was very appropriate, especially since, again, this is a series that is so long. It's going to be I don't want to say it's a big commitment, but, it's definitely going to be a commitment, to say the least. The plan is, after watching Dustin's video yesterday, where he does call me out because I did say I was going to have an announcement. I never did. Dustin, here it is for you, fella. The plan is every other month to read a book. So I think how Dustin's doing, if I'm not mistaken, he's going to try to read the first book in February, have March off, pick up in April. Whereas I'm going to try to do that, But at the same time, if it rolls over to the next month, I'm not going to be upset about it. I don't want to try and burn through these and get burned out, which is why we're doing the, every other month type of thing. So again, super excited to be getting into this. I think that the fandom has a term or name for themselves, but I don't know. So again, I just want to show this off. Again, going to be trying and attempting to read The Wheel of Time. Again, this is a series that I'm super excited to get into. I know that I've seen some of the mass market paperback versions out there, and they have that old like 80s and 90s fantasy art covers, which I know some people that don't really like that. I think they look cool, and if I can come across them in really good condition, I want to pick them up because I think they're really cool. But yeah, guys, super excited, to be starting this. Just when we get into, I think, book two or book three, the wagon train will be ending on that. So again, gonna try to keep the buddy reads going as long as I possibly can. But again, guys, super excited to finally be getting into this series. Like I said, I am in it for the long haul. So, I'm gonna just, if there's times that I'm not enjoying it, I'm just gonna have to suck it up and deal with it, I guess. But as always, hope you guys are staying safe. Again, I want to thank Mr. Dustin Neely for agreeing to do this buddy slash fellowship read with me. Again, Dustin, I really hope you and me both have a good time, while reading this series, and I can't wait to get this started the 1st of February. Again, as always, you guys have a safe one, and I'll see you guys next time.